is quite familiar with Katarina and her tools. And now Bren Epo's Maru is being pressured at the wall, and there's the sweep into the inverted axis for the finish. Oh god.
Look at what's going on here, Poro. These guys, again, know each other very much. They know the styles regardless of the character that was brought forth by these guys. And there's their Razor Rush.
Oh, no.
Massive whiff there from Maru and just puts himself into death's way. And Dojin is going to carry this to the wall. Did you see the carry of that new Katarina string, Poro? Beautiful, beautiful move.
And just like that, Bren Epo's Maru is on his last legs, but he does have the real estate advantage. Nice whiff punish on that wall run. Dojin going for that mid. The rave kick coming in. Goes for the Razor Rush once again. Another mid. And a punish from Maru with a monstrous comeback.
That was not even a natural. And I think Dojin just let himself go a little bit there, getting hit by the mid. The low, however, was indeed the right punish.
Yeah.
Because it is 12 frames fast. Now Maru, again, looking rather stable. This is going to be corrected. That is a Katarina privilege right there. That even if you get launched from the back, a down 2 will automatically correct the axis. And now Dojin and then Maru both again being very careful. What a block from Maru, Paru.
He saw that Harrier low coming from a mile away and looked at the flip. Whoops. Puts Dojin to rage, but a beautiful punch from Dojin will get him a huge combo right here. Evening out the scales. Both players with rage. The wall combo and the elbow drop from Dojin.
Katarina with rage is just too much to handle, Porter, and that's what Dojin really did right there. He is now 1 round up, and there it is. And the really half stage worth of a low from Katarina. It's not even punishable to most characters, my friend.
Magic 4 from Dojin here, gonna deal some serious damage. Maru with his back almost to the corner, but Dojin is backing away. Nice hit there from Dojin. Sidewall almost saves Maru, but not quite. Maru almost in rage, but nothing yet for him. No big tools, and a block on the rave kick will take him down. Dojin 3-1 in that first match.
Oh my goodness, and it is Katarina that we're talking about. That is a damage machine right there. Let's see if I don't know if they're gonna do the same stipulation right here, because Dojin is definitely sticking with Katarina. Is it a change now? Oh, not anymore. Okay. Oh, it still is. It still is.
Well, if you know what, against a player like Dojin, you need a certain element of surprise. Did he seriously do that?
Oh my goodness.
Did he? Oh my god.
You know what? This is serious business, folks. They're not playing around. But I think they really had a stipulation of sorts. He had to do it. And now Maru is landing on Yoshimitsu.
Not even choosing.
Yeah, landing.
Just landing on Yoshimitsu. One of the trickiest characters to learn and use in Tekken 7. So let's see if he can make this pick work. You know what I like about these two players, actually, Dojin and Maru, they have a base play style that they like to apply to any character. And then later on, as the match progresses, they suddenly shift to the actual playstyle of the character itself. So let's see if Bren Maru can make it work this time around.
Oh my goodness, for Yoshimitsu. Very uncharacteristic. Me personally, if this happened to me, I would have loved it, right? Let's see, however, if Maru has plans of his own, because I know that Maru has a solid stand-up base and tries to go for a flash there and a punish from Dojin. It is indeed a punishable string, the down forward 1-4, and Dojin understands that was Maru's last bit of health. There we go. Oh, Maru, he knows his homework right here, Maru. He does get, but Dojin again 1 step ahead and blocking that low.
He's going to be able to carry to the wall. Is he going to be able to break the balcony? Not quite. Bren Epo's Maru goes for the low, but Dojin jumps right over it. Now the lows are coming in once again. Dojin keeping his distance, trying to go for the small pokes, keeping Bren Maru in check. Back 2-2, unable to connect, and Dojin takes him down with a fast 2 rounds.
This is not looking good. This is a very turbulent day for Maru Poro, because he has been, not only did he start off with Lei Wulong, but the tides were not in his favor when Yoshimitsu went up front and volunteered to be his second guy. Let's see if Dojin can actually close this out with authority, because right now it looks like he does have full control of the situation. Now keep putting it downstairs is Dojin. Oh my goodness.
Bren Epo's Maru is in rage. This is his last chance. Tries to go for the flash, but the trade takes him down. And that unfortunate Yoshi pick does not work for Maru at all.
And Dojin, he does mean business in that sense, because Maru was just plagued by two stance-heavy characters here, Poru. Lei Wulong and Yoshimitsu. Maru must be breaking inside, but again, this is not the only time that Maru can get those points back.
Yeah, that's true. Very early in the conference so far, but let's take a look at the Lei Wulong of Bren Ipro's Maru once again.
Ooh.
Dojin looked very dominant on this Katarina. Alam niya kung paano gamitin yung character na to. She's not one of the hardest characters to use. In fact, yung design niya para talaga siya sa mga beginners nung unang lumabas yung Tekken 7. Right. And then of course, afterwards nung hindi gumana yung Lei Wulong, look at this. Nasa random select siya.
This is the first time that a character select is actually highlight for us.
Yeah. the actual pick was in the highlights. So that's just how crazy it was, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that beautiful punish. And of course, Dojin has been using a lot of that jumping kick of Katarina to go under the lows of Bren Ipro's Maru. A beautiful tool, actually.
It's actually safe.
Oh.
And it crushes lows, as we've seen that. So Dojin, again, he knew. And what a great conversion as well from Dojin. The low was really far enough. But Maru flustered by Katarina. And as a Yoshimitsu nonetheless, I'm pretty sure somewhere there he's shaking his head. Why did this happen to me? But congratulations to Dojin getting himself 3 points, 2-0 against Maru. Of course, if you've not seen the last of Maru, he is definitely gonna show up with some more action from this point forward.
Yeah, so that was some crazy stuff right there. I even like yung flash niya sa dulo.
Yeah.
Talagang last ditch effort niya to keep Dojin away from him, but unfortunately not landing just like that. So once again, yeah, very nice work from Dojin and a very nice attempt as well from Bren Ipro's Maru to make that work.
You know, we knew Maru as a user of those mainstream characters, right? And I think it really bit him back having to go random and two characters who are so far from the tournament meta.
Yun yung mga characters na kailangan mo talaga ng years of experience to make them work effectively. But you know what? When it comes to using characters effectively, yung next match natin will be featuring two of those players, which is PSO Gio and BRE Hapon.
I'm sorry, I wasn't doing this. But anyways, here we are. These guys on board. First off, we have PSO's Gio, of course, flying all the way from Bohol to be part of the Nationals. Hapon, like a while ago, was very, very, very strong, very solid with his performance, and now we are seeing him again, hopefully, with to enlighten us with his Eddie prowess.
Pinatong niya muna kay Yoshimitsu just to poke a little bit of fun on his teammate. Now, of course, I mentioned earlier, these two players have great mastery over their characters. Gio being a loyalist to Master Raven, and Hapon being a loyalist to Eddie. Although they do have a few pocket picks, but they tend to stick with these main characters of them. So
they can't afford to actually be to risk any bad choices. You know, they can't do what Maru just did moments ago. So they're definitely on their A game right now. And this is actually, to be honest, this is one of Gio's favorite stages. If you don't notice, he actually goes to this stage most times when he has the opportunity to. Simply because of the new Master Raven buffs. There's the Iron Ball starting things off quick is Gio.
Sidestep 3+4 from Bren Ipro's Hapon. He likes that move as an evasive tool when he wants to go sideways. Because as we all know, Eddie Gordo doesn't have the best sidestep right here. Goes for the Power Crush. Nice choice from Bren Ipro's Hapon and knocks down Gio. Gio with the punish on that Rising 3. Backing away for now, Hapon trying to pile on some more damage right here. Rising 4 connects and Gio is now enraged, and the forward 3 takes down Gio.
Quick start here from Hapon, already on the offensive. The lows piling up, and that Rodeo spin that connected with Gio, not escape at all, was a big difference maker as well. There's the aerial again, and Hapon looking really strong early on. There we go, and Gio again trying to pick up Hapon from the lie down, from the relaxed stance. There we go, again the iron balls. Gio's trying to stop Hapon from lying down.
Sidestep 3+4 connects once again. Gio keeps getting clipped by that, and the sidestep low as well. Hapon looking very good right here. Gio trying to make a comeback, slaps him on the floor. 30 seconds left on the clock, and both players with rage. Is the rage drive going to come out? Hapon not quite pulling the trigger on it just yet. Gio trying to go for a wave it, and there's the rage drive from Hapon. Nice parry from Gio, but there's the mid kick. 2 straight rounds from Bren Ipro's Hapon.
That was a good attempt as well for Gio to teleport because he did not take any damage at all. That is one buff that Master Raven had throughout the installments in Tekken, that she does not take damage anymore after a teleport, but it will push her far. Great while standing 2 here from Gio, and he's going to carry this to the wall for some huge damage. Poro, this is only a pickup, and look at the damage that's been induced already. 43 seconds left on the clock. Hapon yet to enter range.
Here we go. He has to fight his way out of that wall situation, and he's trying to for sure. Sidestep 3+4 once again. Hapon going for that low, trying to pile on, trying to close the gap. 30 seconds left on the clock, and there's the trade. Hapon knocks him away, and now he's in rage. Gio looking good, however. He has the life advantage. Backing away, and just stops that rage drive with that Iron Maul. Gio on the board.
Wow, and they are yet to break again the balcony. This, ladies and gentlemen, Jungle Outpost 2. This is the second one, if I remember correctly. This has 2 breakable surfaces. One is this wall right here, that those logs right there that are just tied together by really fragile ropes. so one way or the other, someone's gonna break it, and when you go downstairs, there is a beaver dam, as we call it, in the form of a wall.
Yeah, so let's see. They're moving a little bit far from that breakable balcony right there, but Brenny pros upon with a slight life deficit here. Now he's in rage. Gio is piling on more pressure right here. It just stops the rage drive once again.
With that Basilisk Fang, the down for a very low hitting low of Master Raven, and it is indeed one of those ranged pokes that Master Raven can take advantage of. Here we go. Red Hapon is trying to get into the defense of Gio, and now he is very much aware of the wall situation. Changes the combo just a little bit. Here we go. 45 seconds left on the clock. Oh my goodness, no Rodeo spin escape.
Gio is now in rage. Hapon, what's he going to be able to do? Is he going to try to escape once again? Goes for that low end, a guaranteed hit on the floor as well. A strong round from Brent Ebros. Hapon gets him that first game.
First match definitely goes to Hapon, and again, both teammates whispering some hints, some tips and tricks amongst each other. They know that they have to get those points in. Gio started off really well a while ago against J Disaster with 2-0 rather, against that 2 Execution Punisher, but is he going to be able to penetrate the mastery, the veteran abilities, the veteran thinking skills, overall veteran skills of Hapon?
At the very least, at most, he's going to be able to walk away here with only 2 points, since the best he can expect is 2-1. But let's see, Brent April's Hapon still has hopes of getting those 3 points in his name, and now we're headed into Hammerhead. A little bit larger, because the start of Jungle Outpost is very small. So this time around, no gimmicks on this stage, a large box for these 2 players. Now when it comes to wall carry, however, Master Raven is definitely on top between these 2 characters, because Eddie Gordo's wall carry, while it does exist, it kind of messes up his axis a lot of times. So that's going to be tricky for Brent Ebros Hapon. Let's see if this does work in Gio's favor, but here we go.
Again, we know that Eddie has very odd combo states, He usually has to go the whole way to finish the whole combo despite wall conditions, simply because that's the most damaging. Oh wow, great conversion here from Gio, and this is what you were talking about. There it is, the carry. Oh, beautiful stuff. Using the new move to his advantage is Gio. Oh my goodness, 45 seconds and Hapon getting back that damage.
Ipanema wings just like that out of relaxed stance, and just evening out the scores as well. Gio trying to be very careful right now. Hapon goes for that roundhouse, goes for that big launch, but there's the rising 1-3 that he was looking for. And now is he going to be able to carry straight to the wall? A little bit close, but not quite. Oh my goodness, what was that? That was not a counter hit.
It wasn't. Gio just caught neutrally there by Hapon. And again, that was really risky for Gio as well. He did not press back, I suppose. Third Rodeo spin in a row that connected against Gio. I think the throw escapes are really putting up Gio, because who would think that Eddie would really throw? Oh my goodness, there's the while standing 2, and Gio is now entering rage care of Hapon's while standing 2 combo.
There's the spike, doesn't go for that low, and Brenny Pros Hapon is looking very good right here. Gio trying to fight back, trying to sidestep out of Hapon's wave, down forward 1-1, and there's the big launch, but the sidewall will save Hapon. Another big launch with that rising 2. Now Hapon is in rage. Gio drops the combo, however. 25 seconds left on the clock. Goes for an empty jump. Nice throw break from Brenny Pros Hapon as he's trying to approach. There's the rage drive. What's the mix-up? Goes for the mid. Teleports away. 15 seconds left, and there's the sidestep blows. Brenny Pros Hapon still working on it. Both players almost in kill range right here. 10 seconds left. What's gonna happen?
Orbital heel throw just saves Gio with 6 seconds left. Oh my goodness! Poro, that was a little too clutch for me to call.
It really was. But you know what? It's your turn right now.
Oh my goodness.
Spiral cannon.
And I'm really happy about where this is going because now Gio's punching back, but Hapon, of course, not out of this yet. There's the meat hook, and now Gio is piling in some damage. A 4-4. There's no mix-up right there. Great awareness from Hapon. And there's the double headbutts. Hapon, again, very much aware of this situation. Gio trying to wiggle out of this. Oh, wow, and a Rage Art. Even with that low lunge of Master Raven, the Rage Art will definitely connect. Is this going to be enough to kill Gio? Oh, my goodness. One poke left. Oh! An early input from Hapon saves him because despite the low that Gio put out, it was already too late.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what Gio threw out as well was a lot faster than what Hapon did, but it was an early input as well, as you mentioned, Pika. Now here we go, Hapon with a slight deficit here. Another no-throw break from PSO's Gio. That's some free damage coming in for Bren Ipro's Hapon. Goes for more low pokes, trying to extend the gap between these two players, but there's a 2-4 from Gio.
There's the PK combo, and again, here we have Gio trying again to penetrate Hapon, who is looking really, really solid. Again, there's the Iron Maul, and that's the conversion. The guillotine to the wall. There it is. Oh, the spiral cannon to the heavy chakram. This could be trouble for both players. One launch could do it. And this is, again, Hapon, not in his favor, but Gio could potentially end this with one combo. Oh, again, not in his favor, but there's the down back to Gio, tying things up with a mid.
The side wall just messing things up over and over again. Confusing even us casters right here. Sidestep 3+4 from Hapon, trying to make that work once again, but Gio knocks him away with that Iron Maul. Nice throw break. Rising to once again. Gio wants that big launch, wants that damage, but Ren Ipro's Hapon is being very patient at the moment. Nice float from Gio, and here comes the conversion.
Oh my goodness, and Gio getting some reasonable combo conversions over there. Gio looking more stable now. Tries to go again for that throw, and now Gio breaks the Rodeo spin. There we have Gio trying to be a little risky here. Pulls the trigger on the meat hook, and he's entering rage. Hapon is going to try to go for a mix-up here again. Gio in rage. Oh, and the down back 2 was enough. 3 straight points and 2 wins for Hapon.
It's always such a treat to see Hapon's Eddie Gordo. He knows exactly how to move this character, and at the end there, he doesn't finish the combo, goes for the mix-up instead. So just trying to keep Gio in his clutches at the last moment, and it worked out in the end.
Wow.
So let's see, once again, this breathtaking matchup between Gio and Hapon. Oh.
It got me breathing so hard just then because it was convert after convert for both players, more so on the side of Gio. But Hapon, most of the time in this entire series, he was the one with a huge life lead. He hardly entered rage, but when he did, it was so worth it. His rage drive would be either blocked or it would hit. Almost no scenario wherein Gio was able to whiff punish the rage drive at all.
Yeah, that is actually the case right here. And look at that as well. Rising 1-3 just knows exactly the right distance to stay at so that he's safe. And there's Gio with the impatience pressing a button right there. The Rage Art as well from the Rage Art on reaction as well from Hapon earlier on. Nakita niya nagmintis yung low a little bit too far, and he knows that he has enough range with his Rage Art.
And that was really smart from Hapon. He knows that the mix-up will be the better choice in that scenario right there, and he gets himself that win. 2-0 against PLDT Smart Omega's Gio. Congratulations again to the former coach turned player in the form of Bren Ipro's Hapon.
You know, it was a close match. Talagang hindi siya tambak. Although 2-0 yung score, all the way down to the final round. Oh my goodness.
Always a treat, as my partner said.
Yeah, so once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Nandito pa rin tayo sa The Nationals, Tekken 7 Conference 2 and day number 5. Still with you is Paul Porcon Fuentes, and
saluting all you majors and captains out there is Pika of Picon Commentary. And Poru, they want to watch more action. What do they do?
Well, they're gonna have to check out our Facebook pages at 5plus, GG Network, and of course, Sports 5.
Right, now moving forward again, we're gonna see these two players again on stage, namely Happy Feet Emperors J9 against Suha Execution Punishers J Disaster. Now again, the tail of the tape for J Disaster is that he is in the bottom part of our ranking so far, but let's see if he can break down some walls in the coming days, starting today, because he already has in front of him an obstacle, a very elusive and at the same time an authoritative J9.
Yeah, that's true. J9 is performing very solidly in this conference so far. Although earlier on, he was unfortunately unable to get the win against SXP Prime. But still, this is a tough matchup indeed for JD Zasta. Then again, for JD Zasta earlier on, we saw his law pick, and it was pretty solid actually. His execution was there. The DSS combos. So this time around, he's pulling out the law earlier on. So this is going to be an interesting matchup indeed. Both players using slide characters right here and going into the Dragon's Nest. Is this martial law stage in 5? Or is it's Feng?
I think it's Feng Wei's stage. Yeah, I'd say so. It is Feng's stage. But nevertheless, this suits him perfectly as well, because Law, being the classic martial artist design as he is, definitely is cut out for a map like this. However, J9, let's not forget, he is a very threatening figure with his Shaheen.
Here we go, J9 pressuring JD Zasta straight to the wall. There's a down back 2-1. A little bit too far for that wall combo, but the damage is being done already. JD Zasta is enraged, goes for that spring kick, and J9 was ready with a punish. Very calm and collected play here for J9.
Again, he is a very enigmatic figure we have here in the Nationals. You know, he has shown up before. Oh wow, a down forward 2 as an ender. That's very uncanny. I think that was a misinput. But as I was saying, J9 actually did do some damage during the road to the Nationals, even bagging the Davao leg, and that is one of the reasons why he is a really good candidate, and he is showing that right now as well, Poru, because he is putting in some hurt here for JD Zasta.
Unable to respond is JD Zasta to that hurt, and now it's 2 straight rounds for HFE J9, and JD Zasta trying to go for that slide, but J9 was ready for it, doesn't finish the combo. There's the hop kick, catches JD Zasta ducking and all the way to the wall. Another slide, piling it on. There's a third one, but here comes JD Zasta trying to respond.
And already enraged is JD Zasta again. J9 has been doing this to him for the past 2 rounds. He does not want some breathing room here for JD Zasta. He can't afford to get his life diminished, and that is what I was talking about. It had to be the 10 hit, the 3 hit string that law players usually go for when it is down to crunch time.
You need really fast reactions to block that second low hit. Otherwise, that third hit will be guaranteed. Just for that very small amount of life that you're trying to preserve. Now here we go, JD Zasta with a slight life advantage right here. J9 almost enraged. JD Zasta looking very good, pushing J9 to the wall, but there's the side switch. J9, what's he going to be able to do? Try to back away into the center stage and waiting for JD Zasta to approach. And there's the mistake he was looking for, but unable to convert. Nice block by JD Zasta off that slide. Not going to be able to be enough, but what's for
Oh, there it is. What was that? That wasn't a forward 3. That was the generic up forward 3. But wow, JD Zasta, I'm sure he was also surprised that connected. Let's just take it back a few seconds, because he managed to pull off another wonderful legend kick enter, Poru. But speaking of wonderful, that is a hop kick. That is picture perfect for J9 right now.
Nice damage right here. Last chance for JD. That's a beautiful block on that slide once again. Is this the comeback that he's going to be looking for? Down back 3 on the floor. Another one 3 times in a row. The jabs are coming in. A low from J9. Down forward 1. Stops it out with a crouch jab. And a beautiful drop with a low. More lows. And there's a down forward 1. Unfortunately, a little bit too fast for JD Zasta.
And we thought he was going to catch up, because JD Zasta seemed to be very aggressive during those last few seconds. He knew he had J9 with his back against the wall, and he just went on a barrage even when J9 was grounded. It was down back 3, down back 3, down back 3. It was really the Miguel the law equivalent of Miguel's stature kick.
Yeah, he really dug deep in there and just dared to go for those lows to really close the gap. He knew J9 was a little bit confident with his life lead and was not going to dare to just block lows. But you know what? In the end, however, J9 managed to find a window and sneak in that down forward 1 to take down JD Zasta, unfortunately. But here we go. JD Zasta has a chance to respond to what happened in that previous match. And did he switch? Yes, he did. He's moving back to his favorite Miguel at Arctic Snowfall.
Awesome, awesome work here from J9, already with 1 point, a sure 1 point. And J Disaster has to keep that grind going because he is yet to get his solid 3-0 right now, Poro. He has to make sure that this match counts. If he can try to go away, if he can try to run away with those 2 points, that would be all right. And look at this. If you didn't know any better, cover those names, you would not know who's Miguel and who's Shaheen. Because they look identical right now, Poro. Here we go. Now J9 is on the defensive. He is yet to enter Rage. J Disaster now with a healthy life lead. This has always been the case for J Disaster.
Yes.
Always with the Miguel.
Yeah, that's a matter of fact right there in the conference so far. Nice punch from J Disaster. Rage Art. And the extra damage on J9 is gonna increase the damage here for that Rage Art, and J9 takes that first round.
Are you sure it wasn't J Disaster? Never mind.
Oh my god. I was like, oh my god. I kept
Was
thinking.
I wrong? Simply because, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that inside joke, because if you look really closely, Shaheen looks exactly like Miguel in this situation. Oh my goodness.
They're not even wearing their signature threads.
That's what makes it more difficult, ladies and gentlemen. But now, just to not confuse you, it is J9 who got the first round with a Rage Art. Now J Disaster, again caught pressing buttons here by J9, is getting huge damage, and what an O-key as well for J9.
The low comes in and 30 seconds left. J Disaster has a bit of time left to close the gap. Nice throw break right there. Goes for that shoulder tackle, and J9 trying to stuff whatever J Disaster is trying to throw out, but here comes the strings. The pressure is on for J9 right here. The momentum is with J Disaster. Goes for those highs once again, and a beautiful block on that low, but there's the slide. Takes him down, and now J9 is at set point.
Again, are you sure it's J?
Please.
It is. It's J9 who is now in potential set point. However, J Disaster could catch things up really quick. Remember, Miguel can be very offensive. That's the thing that's been allowing J9 to get his wins. You know, Miguel has the absolute right to attack you when he wants to because of those savage stance transitions. There's the new move. And J9, I think, not really much aware of what to punish that new low for. And it's a really heavy low, too.
Yeah. He decided to play it safe a little bit and just backed away. Now here we go. J9 trying to fish for that third hit once again. J Disaster not falling for it. Unable to convert out of that down forward one in the air. And J9 now almost in range here with 20 seconds left. J Disaster gets that hit he was looking for. No duck on that rage drive. Goes for the hop kick and a punish from J Disaster. Nice presence of mind from Dark Challenger right here.
Again, this is something that we've seen from J Disaster happen over and over. You know, he may be down, but it's sometimes those situations that drive him to be a stronger player. There we go, J Disaster again, remembering at the last few seconds that combo no longer works. He could have used the other screw, but again he had a plan. Again, let's not discredit J Disaster because he is playing the good catch-up game right now, and he is closing in on J9. Great block on that hop kick.
And a punish as well. J Disaster, however, is now in rage. Half a minute left on the clock. Jumps right over that low, and there it is again. A rage art. Well placed by J9.
2-4-2 is J9 with that rage art. Beautifully timed again. Crazy reflexes and awareness from J9.
Yeah, I like that. I knew exactly what was going on in his mind. He knew that J Disaster likes to go for that pressure tool, and he's more than likely to follow up with something afterwards. In which I'm just gonna throw out that rage art right there.
In for the kill. That was the mentality of J Disaster. But you know, sometimes it's best to be composed, especially when you start seeing that life bar throb. You know, the moment it gives you that alarm, that red light starts blinking, you better be sure of what to throw next.
And here it is, the Miguel-like law of J Disaster trying to make a comeback right here. Very daring, actually. Beautiful block as well as on that down 3. No big punish, but still. Yeah. Unfortunately, J9 managed to walk away with the victory. There it is again, Rage Art. Just J Disaster overextending, right? They're being over-aggressive, not respecting the rage.
I mean, even though you're in a plus situation, always account that the other guy might be able to absorb damage in exchange of course, a devastating rage art. And as my partner said, there it is again. There it is. Regardless of the plus, it is the awareness that they are entering rage that could save your life. Congratulations to J9 who bagged himself 2 straight wins. That's 3 points against J Disaster. Yet to enter, or at least to advance a little, but not too late for the guy at all. He has a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, ang dami nating 2-0 so far in the Nationals today. Actually, so malaki magiging shuffles in the rankings later on when we come back. But of course, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Nandito pa rin tayo sa The Nationals Tekken 7 Conference 2, day number 5. And still with you, bringing you the action. Not quite an ace, but your second favorite caster right here, Paul Porocon Fuentes. And I'm joined by...
the guy who salutes all the majors and the captains out there, no matter how beautiful you may be. Watching Tekken right now is Pika here at Pikun Commentary. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. We have gone more than halfway through our segments today here at day number 5.
And we're moving on to our next match right here. Signal Ultra Warriors Vermilion against Suha Execration Punishers Prime.
So we've seen these two guys very, very commanding, very, very dominant, especially with a while ago with Prime. He stuck on with Steve Fox. If I remember correctly,
Yes.
he started off with Steve Fox, and it was really, really impressive. Vermilion, still a Devil Jin loyalist, a Devil Jin patron, does not mind any of the changes given to Devil Jin right now. He is, again, through and through a Devil Jin man right here. And let's see if that'll be the case here against Prime, because this is not the first time they're going to face each other, Poru.
Yeah, that's a matter of fact right here. These two players have played in the first conference of Tekken 7. So this will be their third time to meet up. And here we go. Look at this. JD Zasta just tried to give a few tips to his teammate. Just some support from their teammates here in the Nationals. Always a pleasure to see between these players. And now look at this. Who is Prime going to be picking this time around? A Steve Fox. Oh my goodness. And of course, Signal Ultra Warriors Vermilion sticking with Devil Jin this time around and going to the geometric plane. So, very, of course, Vermilion going in for that handshake. Just as a display of sportsmanship between these players. And here we go. Let's take a look at this match. Geometric plane, huge stage, a perfect box, basically. 90 degrees all around. So, not a lot of side wall potential. But still got to be careful a little bit.
Absolutely rectangular, but Prime now going for a more glamorous robe right here in the Steve Fox preset. Again, folks, this is absolutely tournament legal, except for a few costumes, but that's not for Steve Fox. Everything that he has can be used. Now here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Vermilion showing his defense, his strength, his stability over Prime, who is using the very, very dangerous counter hit Fisher Steve Fox. But now Vermilion still in the lead for... Oh, there we go. Prime trying to go big boy right there on that counter hit DF2. Again, very tricky to pull off, but Prime, not to say that he can't do it because he did attempt.
Catches him with that second hit and Vermilion gets knocked back into center stage. Prime, nice life lead right here. 20 seconds left on the clock, but Vermilion gets that rising 2. Gonna be closing the gap right here all the way to the wall. Steel pedal flips him over and the orbital knocks Vermilion onto the floor. Hell sweet.
And this, look at this, the awareness of Vermilion of the splat of a 1-2-2 all the way to a rage art. This could potentially kill. Granted, the few hits. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. This is gonna be so interesting. Oh, he's using the plus frames and the chip damage on the wall. Oh, critical mistake here for Prime. Just back swinging away and just swatting the air, Poru.
It might have been a read right there. He was thinking that Vermilion might want to put a stop to him with a jab, but unfortunately nothing came out and Vermilion just takes that win. SXP Prime, however, in peekaboo stance, right to pile on the pressure right here against Devil Jin, just throwing out those punches, but Vermilion knocks him back with that wraith kick. Now there's the hell sweep. Prime caught not ducking right there, and Prime is in rage. Vermilion, what's he gonna do next? Steel pedal on the face, and Prime not looking good right now. Half a minute left, gets knocked down by the jabs, and the down forward 4 takes him down.
The single tsunami kick right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's just that was a good closer for Vermilion. It's a move you don't see too often from Mishima's, but one thing that you see a lot from Steve Fox is that left hook. And there we go. Great stop there from Prime and goes for the 10 count instead of a wall combo. It's the same, it's actually big damage. Wow, look at that axis. Who would have thought? But Vermilion again knows his recover 3 combos, his conversions. Great block on the wall standing 2 there from Prime.
Good side step as well. Side steps all the way to the back of Vermilion and just punches him at the back of the head. Now Prime is on the board, still alive with his Steve Fox pick. Now it's Vermilion. He's backing away right now, being very patient, but not patient enough as he walks right into that left hook. Nice wall carry from Prime, able to get some big damage with that massage, and Vermilion is waking up with a lot of pain in his body.
Oh my goodness, 43 seconds and Prime gets some damage. Is this a perfect? Oh, almost there, but the Wraith Kick catching Prime, ducking, complete.
Oh no.
Oh boy, bad positioning here for Vermilion. And there's a down to catching Vermilion, who tried to back up. He tried to distance himself a little bit away from Steve Fox. You know, Steve Fox's weapon is being a harasser up close. So Vermilion, also a Steve user, Poru. Let's just remind everybody that he does have a Steve in his pocket, knows this matchup like the back of his hand.
He's very familiar with it indeed, but here comes Prime, just working the Steve Fox to the bone against Vermilion. Nice malicious mace from Vermilion right there. Prime trying to respond with the Wild Man, but unable to connect. The back to will punish from Vermilion with that beautiful electric. Will be putting Prime into rage. Drops the combo, however, Vermilion still in the life lead here. 30 seconds left, and the jabs takes that round.
Vermilion again did not allow Prime to capture the turn back despite the negativities of his moves on block. Very good work for Vermilion. That's what we were talking about, Poro. It's the familiarity of said matchups that could actually win you a match right here in the Nationals. And Prime, you know, he does have more than one character. Is he thinking of sticking it out with Steve Fox? Or is he gonna go to the other hard hitters in his arsenal, such as the Shaheen, the Dragunov, the Kazumi, maybe another Geese? Or let's see if Brian will take charge from here.
I think so far the Steve pick, it was really effective to some degree against Vermilion. He got a lot of those back ones. Vermilion got caught with those. And of course, even his sidestepping was on point, making a lot of those hell sweeps whiff. But here we go, SXP Prime switching to Violet systems and sticking with Steve Fox.
Right.
So he was very comfortable earlier on. So let's see if he can make the right adjustments to finally take down Vermilion.
Right. And knowing that Vermilion, again, is a Deviljin loyalist of his own right, you know, he does have absolute mastery, absolute control over the characters that might threaten him. One of them is Steve Fox. He is actually a Mishima killer, if anything. Steve Fox, again, with the back ones, with the while standing twos, with the down forward twos, will stop the heavy moves of Mishimas. Even a late God Fist will fall victim to the down forward two of Steve Fox.
Right. Look at this. For now, none of those down forward twos just yet, but Vermilion with a huge life lead, and SXP Prime not looking good right here. Down back 2 for the 7 golden letters.
He took the perfect back.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Oh God.
And Prime, yet to make some fear back into Vermilion, is getting launched heavily by these God Fists, by these Steel Petals. All the tools in Deviljin's arsenal are just paying off for Vermilion. Look at that, Prime committed! He committed to a duck and pays dearly with a Wraith Kick. There we go. Vermilion with 2 rounds up just flies away literally at the end of that match.
Obviously, he's feeling very good and very hot right now. On a roll, gets that Hell Sweep all the way to the wall. Steel Petal, no, he tries to go for the jabs first, but there's the Hell Sweep from Vermilion. Gets another combo, pushing Prime right next to the wall once again, but puts a stop to him. Oh my God, that left hook, always a good deterrent.
And again, Vermilion with those recover 3 combos, Poru. He knows what to do. He knows how to optimize, but never mind. Here's an orbital punch for you, my friend. And Prime is going to carry this to the wall, just inches away. And Vermilion just lets it rip.
No.
The Rage Drive is going to end this big. Oh, I was wrong. He wanted a down forward one. And that was an awesome grade for Vermilion. 2-0 against Prime.
That was an interesting choice from Vermilion to end it that way. I think he was minding the sidewall situation. It might mess him up if he goes for the full combo. So instead, he wakes up He lets Prime wake up and goes for a mix-up instead, finishing it off with a safe down
Very
forward
smart,
one.
actually. Very smart. Because whatever follow-up might come from that string might not be enough to kill or put him in a dangerous situation. This was the tragic misinput here from Prime. I would say that he was gonna go for flicker stance.
Just to pile on more pressure with those flicker jabs,
Yes,
right?
yes. And again, he took the plus out of that rage drive, getting some chip damage in. But a wonderful sidestep from Prime right there was just really, really very effective for him.
This is the attempted comeback of Vermilion, getting those hell sweeps right there. And of course, however, a little bit too much. That down too fast, and he wasn't guarding his lows for sure. There's the drop combo from Vermilion as well. Down back to just... You know, when Vermilion is on a roll, he gets that early life lead, and it's really hard to put a stop to him. Just
like
goes
that.
for that rage, that rage drive right there. Not exactly one of the best, but you know what? You can't see a hell sweep, and that is essentially a hell sweep as well. So you have to be very careful about that rage drive. And unfortunately, Prime wasn't ready for it. And so once again, congratulations to Signal Ultra Warriors Vermilion for that beautiful win against SXP Prime.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as much as we'd want to continue, we are going to go on a short break. The Nationals has already brought us some action, and we are going to continue. Again, as I mentioned, there's more. Is there? Blink, blink. All right.
Let's see.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.